What's up guys, just Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today it's going to be Tuesday the 13th of June, and in regards to confirmed transfers, there's a pretty huge one go through today. And the rumours are also looking very good guys. So before we get started, as always, you show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. And remember, 1,000 likes is the target for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press notifications tab next to it to notify whenever I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day is going to be, I couldn't think of a football related one, so let's go something a bit random. What's your favourite food? And I really need to write down a list of potential questions of the day, because right now I'm struggling to think of them on the spot. But let's get into confirmed ones today. The very first one is one for Rangers in Scotland, and that is a player called Candias. Sounded about The Rock there saying that. He's gone to Rangers from Benfica. The fee is undisclosed right now, so I'm not really too sure what it is. And last season he spent out on loan to a team in Turkey called Alanyaspor. Next, let's move on to the second player of today's episode, and that is going to be Mathieu Valbuena, completing a switch to Fenerbahce in Turkey from Lyon. It's an undisclosed fee again, but apparently sites are saying £3 million or so, or just short of that. He actually got a decent amount of goal contributions for Lyon last season, but now the fact that Depay has come in and whatnot, he started to fall down the pecking order, and now he's changed clubs. And now we've gone to the big one for today, the big confirmed transfer, and that is going to be Andre Silva, completing a switch to AC Milan from FC Porto for a fee of €38 million plus €2 million in additional fees. That makes him AC Milan's second biggest signing in history, just behind Rui Costa, a fellow Portuguese player. So 40 million in total, and it was only 24 hours ago that I first saw the news were actually interested in signing him. So they got the medical done, completed the signing pretty much in the space of 24 hours. And seeing clubs do business as efficiently as that, just like the same as Man City with Bernardo Silva, it somewhat annoys me being a Liverpool fan, because with us, it's dragged out over so damn long. And now we jump into the potential deals, and first up we've got a free agent now, a Chelsea legend, John Terry. And today, according to Sky sources, Aston Villa are interested in signing former Chelsea captain John Terry, and that would mean him going down to the Championship, so down a tier in football, but I imagine he'd probably play quite a bit. I think a couple of weeks ago it looked like Bournemouth were definitely interested in signing him. They backed out of that though, and now Aston Villa are apparently the front runners to get him. Next up we go on to a Liverpool player called Alan, a young Brazilian, last season spent out on loan to Hertha Berlin, but according to Bild, he will not be spending a second season there, as initially was expected. And that does mean he'll return to Liverpool this summer, but one interesting thing to keep an eye on is the fact that Liverpool, we've not been granted a work permit for him just yet. And of the articles I read, towards the end of his loan spell at Hertha, when he eventually got the games and minutes, he actually performed pretty well. I'm not sure where he'll be next season, but I can't imagine he'll get a work permit just yet. Next up we go on to Lee Griffiths, who scored two fantastic free kicks for Scotland the other day against England. Today he linked to West Brom and Newcastle. The source is the Daily Mirror, and it does say West Brom and Newcastle are both keen on Celtic's 26-year-old striker, Lee Griffiths. No fee has been mentioned, and his free kicks, I'll say it again, his free kicks the other day were sensational. They're very high quality, but from an England perspective, I honestly thought Joe Hart should have done a little bit better. Maybe not save both of them, but one of them I think was definitely gettable. It wasn't properly in the corner, and his feet were very slow to move, but who am I to say that? I'm not a professional goalkeeper. Next up we go on to Alfredo Morelos, a Colombian striker. And today, according to a lot of different sources, HJK Helsinki striker Morelos arrives in Scotland ahead of an expected move. Pending a successful medical, a 20-year-old Colombian will become the sixth signing of the summer at Ibrox. So they've definitely been very busy this summer so far and are rebuilding their team. Next up we go on to Tom Kearney, I think I said his name correctly there, linked to Newcastle, where according to Express, they say Fulham have rejected a £20 million bid from Newcastle for the midfielder. I'm fully aware of how good he was last season for Fulham, but £20 million for a Championship player, that seems so excessive. But saying that, Ross McCormack went from, I think it was Leeds, to Aston Villa for I think it was £15 million, and Kodjia also signed for a similar fee. So I'm not too sure if 20 mil is too much, but again, I'll stick by my word. I probably would say it is. And sticking with Newcastle, we've got a story about the club in general. So Sky sources are reporting that a Chinese consortium are interested in buying the club. And I'm assuming that Mike Ashley is still the current owner of them. Last time I heard, Newcastle fans really didn't like him. Not too sure what the situation is right now, but either way, that could where potentially it may get the money for Kearney from. Next up we move on to Vallejo, a young Spanish centre-back who last season spent out on loan at Frankfurt, and they've officially confirmed now that Jesus Vallejo will return to Real Madrid, his home club, for the 2017-18 season after a successful loan spell. He may start getting more opportunities next season at the Bernabeu, although potentially he could still be loaned out. There's a long time to go. But but it's also followed by another Real Madrid player, and that is Isco, who recently has been linked to a move away. But he has put those rumours to bed now by saying, "We're close to a contract renewal. I'm very happy here in Madrid and hope to be here for many years." And there were rumours a couple of months ago saying that potentially he could go to Barca on a free transfer. That'd be very, very controversial, but I believe he actually supports Barca, although I could be speaking absolute rubbish about that. Next up, we got to another player apparently staying at his current club, Gianluigi Donnarumma. He's now confirmed that he wants to stay at AC Milan despite speculation linking him with a move away from the club. The 18-year-old goalkeeper is highly sought after and just over a year remaining in his current contract at Milan, with Real Madrid and Manchester United amongst the clubs currently linked to him. However, the Italian international has revealed he has no intention of leaving Milan in the near future. A quote from himself to GQ via Football Italia does say, "Everyone knows that my wish is to stay at Milan. I'm looking for a house in the city to live with my family." So at least for now, the rumours have been potentially going to someone like Juventus, PSG, or to the Premier League should be put on hold. Next up, we go on to Joe Hart, another goalkeeper. Today, according to Sky Sports, Man City will let Joe Hart go on loan to West Ham if a permanent deal away from the Etihad cannot be agreed. There are a lot of reports saying that potentially his wage demands to West Ham, it could be a bit too much, and maybe a loan deal, it might make a bit more sense for all parties involved, and maybe get first team football next season in the Prem again. Next up, we go on to Hart and Perisic, then to PSG today. Ligue 1 side PSG have made an inquiry today for Croatian international Perisic, according to Gianluca Di Marzio. Sporting director Enrique wanted an update on the status of negotiations between Inter Milan and Manchester United for the winger, and he was informed there was no agreement just yet. Enrique told Inter representatives it will consider whether or not to pursue Perisic in the coming days. The rumours to United have slowed down ever so slightly. Last time I heard about it, I think it was a bid rejected by Inter of around £40 million or so, and they're holding out for over 50. Next up, we go on to Sandro, linked to Everton. Everton are in talks with Malaga striker Sandro Ramirez as manager Royal Koeman attempts to boost his striking options. He also stepped up his interest in Ajax captain Klaassen. Ramirez had an outstanding season with Malaga, scoring 14 goals in La Liga and has a buyout clause of only £5.2 million after making a move from Barcelona last summer. He had been linked with Atletico Madrid, but the transfer ban has now opened the door for Everton and Royal Koeman to come back in. He is regarded as an addition to Everton's striking resources, not a replacement for Romelu Lukaku, who continues to be linked with a return to his former club Chelsea. And then it finishes up by saying about Klaassen yet again, also been linked to Everton. Next up, we go on to Mohamed Salah, linked to Liverpool yet again, and we've got a very, very small update. So according to Corriere dello Sport in Italy, Liverpool are getting close to reaching an agreement with Roma over winger Mohamed Salah. Liverpool are expected to offer an initial fee of £35 million with a further £4 million in additional fees. Sources close to Mohamed Salah's agent believe a deal to bring him to Liverpool will be complete soon. And I'm at the point now where I just want this deal to get done because the Van Dijk stuff that dragged on for so damn long. And I also mentioned at the start of the video how Milan, they lent to Andre Silva 24 hours ago, 24 hours later, they got their man for a big fee, but us, we drag it on for too damn long. And next up, we've gone to the story that I featured the other day, and that was Lozano linked to Manchester City, but now Sky Sports have jumped on it. They said Man City are closing in on a deal to sign Mexican winger Irving, called Chucky Lozano, apparently that's his nickname. The 21-year-old has impressed over the past 2 seasons, scoring 22 goals and 16 league appearances for his club Pachuca. He was linked to Manchester United last summer, but now Man City are favourites to land him, although any deal is still some way short of being concluded. Reports from Univision in Mexico suggest that any potential deal will see the winger go on loan to PSV Eindhoven in the Eredivisie, or will stay there for 2 seasons. Again, it's the exact same story I mentioned the other day, but Sky Sports have now backed it up. Next up, we go on to Jean-Michel Seri of Nice, linked to Roma again. Italian side AS Roma have had a second proposal for the midfielder turned down, this one worth €25 million, according to RMC. Nice remain firm, their position has not changed. You want to buy Jean-Michel Seri, then pay his €40 million release clause. In today's market, the Nice owner believes that's actually a decent price. Roma's sporting director does have a meeting scheduled next week with Seri's entourage, and the competition for the player is getting extremely heated. Seri has notably received an offer from Beijing Guan worth €10 million a year. Seri is also featured second on Barcelona's central midfield list behind Marco Verratti, and Premier League side Tottenham also feature in the race for the midfielder. Spurs have already opened discussions with Seri's entourage and are making an inquiry soon to Nice for the player. PSG have also placed Seri second on their shopping list behind AS Monaco's Fabinho in the hunt for a new central midfielder, and the race for him, it definitely will continue. Next up, we go on to Fabinho, like I mentioned before, but he's not into PSG today. In fact, according to a guy called Emma Guilinelli, I'm not sure how reliable he is, he said Manchester United's €45 million deal to sign Fabinho will be completed when the Monaco midfielder returns from holiday in 2 weeks' time. And quite a self-explanatory thing though about transfer rumours, don't really believe them until the player is holding the shirt. But it is still definitely the best thing about transfer windows. So much gossip about them, and so many players being linked to different clubs. It's really cool to go through them, hence why I do these videos every single day. Next up, we go on to Marco Verratti, another player previously mentioned, and yesterday the papers are saying Verratti has told PSG he wants to leave. And yesterday in a meeting with the PSG sporting director Enrique, Verratti's agent has repeated his client's desire to quit PSG. And now the Daily Mail are saying that Barcelona are set to make an £88 million bid for Marco Verratti after the 24-year-old declared he wants to leave PSG this summer. I think I guessed the price yesterday like €17 million or so 88 it might seem a bit high compared to what I said before, but in this market for Marco Verratti, he's definitely considered one of the world's best in that position, and he has been playing at a consistent and high level now for a fair amount of time, and I think Barca may see him, like I said yesterday again, as a replacement for Iniesta. Next up we go on to Morata, into United again. I think there's two conflicting stories here. So first one, according to Calcio Mercato, that's that Alvaro Morata's agent has stoked rumours that the Spaniard is on the verge of joining Manchester United. Now, does stoked mean deny them or say they're true? I can't work out if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, stoked, it sounds like maybe like denying them, not too sure. By the way, the next article, according to Marca, does say Jose Mourinho has convinced Real Madrid striker Morata to join Manchester United with an offer expected yesterday. But I think now that Griezmann is staying at Atletico and Ibra being released, I'm pretty sure Morata is the #1 target. Belotti, he still might be the backup option, but for now Morata looks like the main man. Next up we go on to Alexis Sanchez into Man City. Actually, one thing before I get into this one, I forgot to mention about Morata. Yesterday on Instagram, he liked a picture. It is him holding the Champions League trophy, but it's a picture of him and Gareth Bale in particular. And the caption itself mentioned the story about him trying to convince Bale to join United as well. And he did like that post. It probably means nothing, but for now, that's something to go with. And now we go back onto Alexis Sanchez, and according to the Daily Star, Man City hope Arsenal will accept a £50 million transfer fee for forward Alexis Sanchez, as they plan on paying him £275,000 per week. And in this market, £50 million doesn't seem like too much whatsoever for a player like that, so I'm assuming Arsenal would deny that. But now Sky Sports recently, like 10 minutes ago, has said that Sanchez remains a key target for Man City, but they are yet to make an approach for the Arsenal man, and that could be because of the international break. The second to last one today is Diego Costa, a man that's currently not wanted anymore at his current club Chelsea. According to Standard today, Diego Costa admits he's prepared to go out on loan until January in order to secure a transfer back to his former club, Atletico Madrid. And with their transfer ban, they can't register a player until January. I'm not sure if he'd be loaned out from Chelsea until January, or if Atletico can sign him now, then loan him out. But I'm imagining that the deal will be worked out between all three clubs. We'll have to wait and see. I also forgot to say the other day I mentioned how potentially he could go out on loan to a Chinese Super League club, then go to Atletico, but I think he denied that yesterday. To be honest, I can't remember what the source was, so apologies about that, but right now I have no idea where he's going to go. The final one today is Antoine Griezmann. It's not a transfer away, in fact, apparently breaking news, Griezmann will sign a contract extension with Atletico until 2022, according to Marca. And what a strange 3 weeks it's been for Griezmann. 3 weeks ago, he suggested a 6 out of 10 chance to go to Manchester United, and now he's got a new deal with Atletico because of their transfer ban. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before though, but with Griezmann getting a new contract, it doesn't mean he's going to stay for the next like 3 or 4 years. It probably just means a salary increase for him, and on top of that, some more clauses in the contract, potentially maybe a higher release clause in there. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. Remember, 1,000 likes to target for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the icon next to it to be notified whenever I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, around I want to know, what is your favourite food? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.